Gentlemen, that was kind of rare nowadays, huh? Chelsea winning a freaking football match. Who would have thought that would have happened? So, yeah, really, really happy that that's happened. We get that monkey off our back, so they say, and we move. Uh, so one down, a bunch of more points to come to be relevant once again. But we had some pretty good performances on the pitch today. Players that have been getting stick lately. Some of them turned up, which what we needed. Um, yeah, yes, sirs. I agree with you. Finally, a W in the house. Look, when you're playing with a hodgepodge of players that don't, they're playing out of position. They don't really suit what you want to do. Results are going to be hard to come by. And we got this W. Um, there's reinforcements on the way. You had Mudrik and the crowd, of course, and he'll be in the next game. So you've got a little glimmer of hope. Yeah, Badiashile was the one thing that when I look at people who pass the ball, there's two types of passers: people who just fire the ball as hard as they can and hope it gets there. We have a lot of those on the team. But Badiashile, when he plays a ball, it's soft. It's very easy to control, uh, and it's in the right positions. Yeah, Connor played his butt off, which is great for us because his value in Crystal Palace's eyes just went up. If he dominated their midfield, um, just because you had a good game doesn't mean you need to stay at Chelsea Football Club, and he definitely does not need to stay at Chelsea Football Club. We have better options coming in. Um, and it's just look, go get money for him, and yeah, do it. What Jose CFC is it? Jose or Jose? Is it Jose? Because if you're gonna have that name and have CFC behind it, it's got to be Jose. But smash that like button. Waiting on the guys to come in. I think they're celebrating right now. You know, hopefully they're celebrating responsibly. Although knowing them, probably not. But yeah, it was a great, great, great day. Hall reminds you of Robertson, Major General N'Golo Conte. It could be. Look, Hall played well. He did. He played well. Um, Still is allergic to scoring a goal. We have enough of those on our team too. Uh, you know, it yeah. Look, you okay? So I got you. I'm just you got that name. It's, my name is not Jose. It's Jose. You got to pay homage to the man, right? But yeah, I was very uh, really impressed. Look, I didn't think we were going to win this game. Not in the run form we've been on. Who would have thought we would have won? I even said on a stream on Sarcasm City that I'd be on to review the loss to Crystal Palace because we're just bereft of attacking players right now that can go get a goal. It's Havertz got a goal, but I don't think Havertz is a natural scorer of the ball. He doesn't look. You can see it from his header that he missed. He put over. Yeah, he would have probably been offsides, but a, 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 a striker that has that scoring knack would have put the right. Would have scored that, or should have scored that. So a win is a win, and I'll take an ugly win right now. Beggars cannot be choosers. If you're going to say, well, we weren't technically great, I don't give a crap. I'd rather look like crap and win than be technically great and lose. Right? It's about winning at the end of the day, and we did that. So if people can be pissed off all they want about the play on the field, do you understand that that is not Chelsea Football Club out there? Most of them are sitting in the hospital right now. Right? You think that you're going to come into a match against anybody in the Premier League and play your second or third best players at any position and think you're going to look like world beaters? No, no, it's not going to happen. So what you got to do is fight for every 50-50 ball, which we actually did today. Um, and this is coach speak. If you win the 50-50 balls, you give yourself a good chance of winning the game. And if you go back in our previous matches, we have not won 50-50 balls. We've lost them all. Whether it's we don't want to dive in on a tackle, whether it's we're too slow to the ball, whether it was we weren't giving everything to get to the ball, whatever you want to say, we haven't been winning 50-50 balls, and you have to do that because you can make breaks off that. You turn them over. Easy goals is what we're looking for. We got one from a set piece today. Our last 2 goals have been from a set piece. I don't care at this point until Sterling comes back. Jao Felix is off suspension and Mudryk is bedded into the team. You're not going to see a flying offense. Although, for me, I think we need to again look going forward. Look, you're going to have Mudryk in the next game, so I would play Mudryk on the left wing. I would put Aubameyang up top because he actually looked fairly decent today, and put Kai Havertz underneath him. And then on the right-hand side, you can go Ziyech or Mount because everybody else is injured. Ziyech, he loses the ball a lot, but between the two, who's got the more dangerous ball, Mount or Ziyech? At this point, I'd probably say Ziyech. Um, but I'm not going to dig in anybody because I thought everybody played fairly well today. Nobody had a mare. I guess Kepa can save long shots. He had a couple of those that were pretty good today. So I'm not going to sit here and down any player off this performance because they were all fairly well. Lewis Hall is starting because he gives us something going forward. And if you do not have Reece James on the right-hand side giving you width on that side, you have to give width on the left-hand side. And Chalobah and Aspie are not going to give you width. They're not real attacking threats anymore. Chalobah's not an attacking threat, and Aspie just doesn't have the legs to do it. So you have to have an attacking fullback to give you some width, so the defense doesn't go compact and you have 5 players guarding 3 players, right? Yeah, and he's more of an 8. That's why Cucurella, if you were to put him in the midfield, he'd be more of a 6, right? He wants to build up play, make deep line passes, but he's not somebody that you're ever going to mistake for being an attacking threat off the wing, like AKA Chilwell. Chilwell is much more of attacking fullback than Cucurella is. But you got to have both on the team because depending on how the manager wants to set up, he might not want 2 attacking fullbacks. He might have one side that wants to stay back to build up play. So then you see why having 2 fullbacks with different characteristics help because it gives the managers options. So you can get up, when Chilwell's fit, you can start him. We get up, then you bring Cucurella in for more possession, right? And that's how both sides should be rotated the rest of the season. Even on the right side, once we bring in that backup right back, Reece James, we get ahead, you pull Reece James out of the game. Okay? There's no reason if we're ahead, we're up 2-0 while Reece James or Ben Chilwell should stay on the pitch this season. Get them off, get the backups in. At least they can play defense, and we just run out games because if you continue to bring these players back and stress them 90 minutes in, day out, match in, match out, you're going to end up with more muscle injuries. Let them have the time to recover. Even though scans might say you're completely healed, it takes time. Okay? It takes time. And the more time you can get them while actually playing them, which means playing them less minutes in a game, is a good idea. We have 5 substitutions. Why not use 2 at fullbacks? Because that's the one area where if we bring in the right back, we will have choices and options that are good options. So for me, folks, we have to get that right back in. I know everybody's saying midfielder. Why didn't we get Enzo? I explained this yesterday on Woolwide Chelsea. Why we could get Mudryk and we couldn't get Enzo. Mudryk is not a release clause. so we can make payments. We can annuitize his payments throughout the year. And it's an 8-year contract, folks. 8 years. So understand that that money will be spread out through his contract. So we couldn't do that with Enzo because it was a release clause up front. Um, Look, again, was Mount great? No, but nobody deserves stick today. We won a football match, something we haven't won in a long time. So I'm fine if you have uh, players you don't like. I don't really care for Mount that much. I think he's a squad role player, not a starter. Um, but when the team plays well and we win, that's not the time to go in on players. Okay, because then it just looks like you hate the player. When we lose and they play bad, then go in. But yeah, Mount didn't do anything spectacular. He also didn't do really anything wrong. He's not an attacking player. Let's be really um, truthful about this. He's not an attacking player that you'd want going one on one against somebody to get past him and get a goal. He's not that player. He never will be that player because he doesn't have the pace. Conor Gallagher actually has more pace, and you saw it when he went around the guy in the box and put the ball in. He's got some pace. He's got more pace, but he's a more reckless, maybe not as skilled, polished. But that for me, neither one of them need to stay at Chelsea. If you get the right price from, get them out the door, bring some players in. As far as midfield reinforcements, we do have somebody coming in. I There's a reason why we haven't done anything for the midfield except for test the waters for Enzo. That's because Moises Caicedo is changing agents. Changes the agents on the 18th of January. I would think once that happens, you will start see that hotting up real big. And I think Moises Caicedo is going to be the one that comes in. Great addition. If you didn't see us play Brighton, he just bossed our entire midfield. You remind me of N'Golo Kante. Okay, not to say he is N'Golo Kante, but that performance reminded me of it because he bossed our midfield. Not that that's a difficult proposition at this point, but he did it. So yeah, Moises Caicedo comes in, a right back comes in. Maybe you get one of Thuram or Maduki as well. And then you've got options to clear the players out in the summertime that you feel are Graham Potter doesn't want them in their system, or they're ready to move, or they just haven't produced. Okay. And you see, there's going to be a lot of them go. Pardon me. You'll see a lot of them go. You'll see Ziyech, Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You'll probably see go. Jorginho, of course, could be Kovacic could go this summer too. He's coming down to his last year. Don't know if he wants to extend. Gallagher should go. Mount should go. Although he probably will stay. Ashby needs to go. Chalobah needs to go. If you want Caldwell in the team, Chalobah's got to go because you're not carrying that many. You're not carrying that many center backs on your team. If you're going to go back to a back four, you might need 4 or 5 at the most. Well, yeah, because again, we're still not what is this? Finally the half point of the season? Was that game 19? Somebody let me know. Was that game 19? Let me see if I can find it here. Put in the chat if you know. Let's see, standings. That was game 19. So that was our halfway. That was our halfway match. So it is possible, but for me, I think the more realistic goal is, move up the table, yes, in the Premier League. I think the Champions League is still there to be had, and if we get our players back at the right time, we can win the Champions League. Okay, I don't see anybody that's there that I would go, oh, we don't have a chance. Probably the best team on form is Napoli. Um, but you know, they're a very shallow squad, so if they hit the right injuries, they won't be anything. Yeah, so I would think, for me, I don't care where we finish in the league as long as we stay up and if we win the Champions League, because that puts us in the Champions League next year anyway. So yeah, and plus we win a trophy, so that would be better season and a major trophy, better season than most. Yeah, Napoli does play sexy football, but they also play in Serie A, um, and they're going to be in a title race the whole season. So that's going to wear on them a little bit because they don't have a depth, uh, like say a Chelsea or when they're fully fit, or Man City have. So, um, fair. If you see Cucurella going, that's fair. Um, it's very possible that he could go. I you know, the only thing is you're going to have to get 65 million pounds for him because when he goes, you have to pay off Brighton. You just can't keep making the payments. You got to pay them off. So yeah, probably I don't see Cucurella going. Not at least for another year. And again, if you use him properly, if you're not expecting him to give you what Ben Chilwell does, and again, if you have an attacking player on your right hand side, that takes some of the forward uh, the need for him to get forward as much because you have at least one side that you have width on, and so he can play a little bit deep and make deeper passes like he likes to do. Yeah, I mean, it's great. Um, yeah, we got to win 1-0. I don't care if we look pretty right now. Yeah, yeah, Ray, you're absolutely right. There's reasons to be excited because we do have quality players injured coming back. Say what you will about N'Golo Kante, on his day, he can change a game. He can destroy somebody's midfield just by himself. No, will you get that game in, game out? Probably not at his age anymore. But for one game, I'll take a fit N'Golo Kante. A Champions League final, a fit N'Golo Kante. Yes, please. Yes, please. um, I'm still waiting on the guys. I know that Carlitos had to jump on Sadiq's channel for a little bit. Um, that's okay. We can solo with me right now. I think Josh doesn't know how to get on by his phone. Um, so yeah. Oh, I just was messaged. Jorginho had a 91% passing uh, accuracy this game, which means he had a good game. So whenever Jorginho plays, if he's below 90%, we're gonna lose. If he has over 90%, we could win the game. That's when he's on the pitch. If he's under that, then he's useless. So he had 91%. So hey, not so useless, right? Uh, but I thought we played well. Again, I'm gonna keep saying we played well. We played well. We played well. I can't say we played great. There were some really good performances on that pitch. Badia Shield for me, yo, guys got the start now. Guys got the start now. Um, put him back next to Thiago Silva in the back four. If Silva's had too many minutes on his legs, put Koulibaly in there. That's all I'm saying. Um, I don't rate Chalaba. Just so everybody knows, I call him Chalabut because he's very slow of foot. He's not quick. I like my center backs to be a little quick, have a little quickness in them. Or like with Thiago Silva, he just has the recognition to know where he is. Chalaba does not have the quickness, and he does not have the positioning now yet. He might get it someday, but it's not now. And so for me, I would take Koulibaly just because athletically, Koulibaly is a better athlete than Chalobah at this point. Yeah, Chalobah is a squad player, and I think I would move him this summer. He's got a big contract. He's got a long contract, so it's very valuable. I would move him on, um, because you still have Caldwell that everybody is on their knees for at Brighton, and you still have links to Gvardiol. You're not going to bring another center back and keep all the center backs you have on the squad now. Just nobody carries 6 center backs, right? Chukwemeka was only good for only 18, 19. Chukwemeka is a good player. He's being played on the wings. He's not a winger, folks. And I hate to tell you that. He is not a winger. He is a 10, an 8, or a 6. That's where you play the guy. And again, young kid. He's got great talent, very good on the ball. So I'm not gonna slate these young kids out there, because there's veteran players out there playing worse than them. So let's focus on the players that we know are going to go. The people, the youth we brought in, Chukwemeka, your Cassidays, your Santoses. If we bring Zakarian in, these kids are 1 year, and then you're going to see them in the squad. If not, they're going to stay in the squad anyway. They're that talented. We're bringing in highly talented players. We're not having to worry about if Cobham produced them. We just brought them in. Because Mount and Havertz are the same player. Havertz is just better. They're the exact same player. Yeah, Ziyech played well. Look, you're going to get good and bad moments with Ziyech. He really doesn't have the speed or the quickness to beat a Premier League fullback. Really doesn't. He's got some tricks in his locker. He's not strong, but yeah, he played well. Again, I'm not going to give crap to anybody today because we won. We haven't done that lately. We've had enough. We've been on every stream here lately, just killing players. We won today. I'm going to let that go. Did some players play better than others? Of course. But I, what's the use? Save it for the next game. Because we could find ourselves in the same position to where we just have a stinker. We do play Liverpool next. We will have Mudryk in the starting lineup, which is nice. I don't know if Sterling's going to be fit. There was some talk that he would. Great. If he's fit, good. We need some attacking players. I would, if that's the case, I still would move Kai to 10 and put either Aubameyang or Fofana in front of him, because I think Kai is better as a second striker than a striker. A second striker usually has an easier goal opportunities than a primary striker. So I just need somebody that's a little bit more has that little more killer in them, and Kai is missing some. Is missing some of that. So yes, if we beat Liverpool, we overtake them. Great, Mo. I love that. I love that because we definitely need to do that. They're not at they're. I said this also, and Ryan, if you know Ryan, the Liverpool fan, he agreed with me. Liverpool's in worse shape than Chelsea. Liverpool has a very, very old squad that has a lot of miles on their legs, and they're you've seen the best out of them. They're not getting any better. They're going to start going over that hill and go down the other side. They've peaked. So Liverpool has a big rebuild, and plus they're not known for spending gobs of money like Bowley does. So yeah, I think that they're in a bad position, but we have to be able to exploit that defense. And that's going to be, again, if you have Mudryk, you could get Mudryk in behind you. He is a road runner. He's got that pace. Aubameyang with him would be nice if you can have Kai hold the ball up in the middle and set the offense up. Let's go again. And maybe Ziyech would be good on the right wing this time if you had somebody with quickness that could get in behind like a Mudryk. So there you go. I'm not expecting him to come up and save our season. I know the price tag we paid for him, but I've not seen enough of him to say, oh, this guy's going to come in and save our season for us. But play to his strengths. He has speed to burn. He's got a good first touch. Get him in behind. Have Ziyech, pump balls in to the back, the far post, and see if he can get on the end of one of them. I mean, there's options there once you start getting these players back from injury. And we've got Dortmund next in the UCL. They're not incredibly difficult to play against. So if we have our players back, that's going to be a cakewalk for us. And that puts us in the next round of the Champions League. And as long as you're alive in the Champions League, you have a chance to win it. Okay? That's just the nature of the beast in a tournament game. If you're still alive in the tournament, you have a chance to win. So you go in, you knock out Dortmund, you can get to the next round. You continue to bring your players back in that have been injured, and you add those to the additions to the team, and then you're looking at going, my Lord, Chelsea does have a squad, because you would have Mudryk, João Felix, Havertz, Fofana, Aubameyang, Sterling, Pulisic. That's 7 players up front. And that's not including Mount or Gallagher that's played in the forward line. You have your options then. I don't think I put Fofana in there either, but you have those options to go and chop and change and see which pairing works better against what team. So that's going to be fun when everybody's fit, especially if you do get Reece James and Ben Chilwell back, because I hate to tell you this, those 2 players affect our team the most out of anybody. When the last time we saw them play together, was it Juventus? Or I think that was with Conte. But they don't play a lot together. But when they do, they give us a lot of width, which makes it a lot easier to score against teams, because instead of going narrow and having 5 defenders on 3, you open it up. And now you have 5 attackers on 5 defenders. All you have to have is one person beat their man, and you're in. So, yeah, Reece James and Ben Chilwell are our best 2 fullbacks. Cucurella, what's going on with Cucurella is he does not provide any attacking or width from the left-hand side. He does not like to get forward. And if you don't have Reece James on the right-hand side to do that, you got to have somebody do it. And you're not going to get it from Chalobah or Aspi. So you got to pay an offensive left back, because you don't have an offensive right back on the squad. Do you think we can win at Anfield? Of course we can win at Anfield. Have you seen them play recently? They look worse than us. Come on. Yes, we can beat. Nobody's afraid of Liverpool. And Liverpool fans will tell you this. Can Chelsea beat Liverpool at Anfield? Yes, they would say yes as well. The only thing they have going for them is a little bit more offense. But without Nunez there, they're going to go back to, I don't know, is it Firmino who's going to play center forward? Or they play Gakpo there is what they did. He's not a center forward. He's more of a wing than anything else. But yeah, I see no reason that we don't have a legitimate shot to beat Liverpool at Anfield. And if we do that, then you say, okay, we got 2 in a row. We got players coming back. then it gets more positive, and then you maybe start getting on a roll, and then you put yourself in conversations to, maybe make top four, maybe we're out of both cups, so we don't have to worry about that. So we just got basically Champions League and Premier League. So that's all we have to do is go in there and worry about maybe two games, and we'll have some downtime with that as well, because when cups are played, we won't be playing, and which might help. Yeah, their midfield is worse than ours, so not really worried about their midfield. Uh-oh, look at this. We have a Josh sighting.
What's up, Jared?
Man, I'm just holding the fort down. Just holding the fort down, man. Just trying to.
That's all right. There's a lot of good to talk about. So I guess that's a positive. We don't have to like go off on a rant or anything like that. You can have there's some positive things to talk about.
Yeah, I said I'm not slating any player today because
Yeah.
where there was better players than some on the pitch, but none of them deserve any stick today. We won.
Yeah.
And so we've had
Yeah,
enough
no, I
of those
agree.
streams already.
Yeah, like you could certainly poke the bear if you wanted to on a couple of performances, but I think overall the guy showed there was a lot of effort. There was a lot of desire out there today, which has been, which should be the bare minimum, but at the last several games, that hasn't been the case. So it was good to see today. Couple of a really, really, really positive debut from Batashili. He was absolutely fantastic today. Conor Gallagher to me today, relentless. He was great. Really, really, really strong performance from him today. And yeah, we got the 3 points, which was most important. It's going to be ugly until we're full squad and we're fully fit. And we've got Felix and Mudryk and everyone's in the team. It's probably going to be ugly for the next couple of games. But this is what you'd hope to see, which is get 3 points. I thought Ziyech was really good today. A lot of guys that get a lot of stick throughout the week. Some of those guys were really, really good today. So yeah, man, Kepa, fantastic. Yeah, but there's not a lot to really be upset about, man. I thought, big right now the key is to get 3 points, no matter what. So we can talk about performances when everybody's healthy and the team is ready to go. But right now, you got to just get your 3 points. That's where my head's at.
I agree, and I'm joined by our special English correspondent there across the pond, the No-Tan Superman, the Winter Surfer, my man Andrew. What'd you say? What'd you think of that match?
It's not much I can disagree with Josh with. The only thing I'm disappointed is I think we should have won by more. That's the only thing. We had some glaring misses. That we've seen regularly at Stamford Bridge and away games. So there's not much difference really. I think when it got closer to 90 minutes, everyone was expecting that dagger of an equaliser.
I was, man. I had that butt clench going on. Like,
that shot, that shot that Kepa stayed, a long distance shot, by the way. So note that down.
Fantastic save.
Yeah, I was like, I was nervous throughout. I agree. Listen, I'm not going to get on any. I heard what you said. Just sorry, I was late on. I said what you said. I'm not really going to focus on disappointing performances and stuff like that. There's no point. I'd rather focus on the win. That's the most important thing. We're 12 points. We're closer to that 40-point mark, so that's all good. We're going to the 9th place derby is next week at Anfield, so that will be good as well. But yeah, good. I want a special praise, and he gets a lot of stick. I thought Conor Gallagher was pretty good today. Got his customary yellow card. So he's done himself out of a move to Palace with that performance. So
Andrew, he was fantastic today.
Yeah, but I got a special praise for Badiashile today. I thought
incredible.
He was, and since his first game in the league, and you know what? Even like Chalobah, I don't know what Palace were doing sticking Zaha up front by himself like that. He should have stuck him up there. No, I've never. I don't understand it. Chalobah. Let's face it. Chalobah's a good player, right? But at right back, he's suspect at the moment, right? He's there for the taking. Do you know what I mean? And I can believe that they didn't stick Zaha on that left all game. I was like, fine, no, but you do you. I was fine.
He pocketed Zaha today.
Yeah, that's what done. It's done again. It's done again. I don't know why people big up. You know, in fact, I don't know why people big up Zaha so much when he plays. I know he's done a few things against us, but recently he's not done that much against us. I mean, Reece James has pocketed him a few times, home and away. But yeah, let's focus on us. That's the most important thing. Midfield did well. You know, even like Jorginho, you can't even. Jorginho did well today as well, controlling that midfield. Him and Gallagher were there. Good performance. Even Ziyech had some good spurts as well. That was a great ball as well. But like I said, the only thing I reckon really have a go on is that I thought like it should have been 2, at least 2-0. We should have won today.
You want to see? You'd like to see Lewis Hall score that goal on the back post there. Like
he's got to work on his finishing, Josh. I don't know, in training, get his finishing, please.
And that was on his strong left foot too. Which
exactly.
I mean,
he's a midfielder. Remember, guys. He's not a left back by trade. He's a midfielder by trade.
He's a midfielder, right? Which is why he's so good at getting himself in great positions. That midfield instinct, it gets him in the. He's very. I'll say this about Lewis Hall because I've been a little bit critical of him because I think I have the right to be. The last few times he's played defensively, he's just not been that aware. He does some really, really, really good things that I like in a player. The finishing's got to improve. It just has to. He's inside. We're talking like inside the 6 type misses, like not even shots that you'd be like, okay, maybe once in a while he'll hit that, but no, like stuff that should be getting finished regularly.
I think he suffers from what all footballers suffer these days. Instead of like smashing the ball, they like to hit it with a side foot.
Yeah, no, you got it. Chilwell smashes that ball. Like
yeah. You're right.
But he is a good player. I don't want to. He's doing a job for us. He's very, very young. I think he's only 18. I really like what I see from him going forward. I just, it's tough because if you want to be critical, he's 18. It's hard to be critical because he's going to make mistakes, obviously. But man, there's some really bright stuff that you see there. But you want to. We got guys. If you're looking for the guy that's going to score you the goals and stuff, like he was sitting up in the box today. So, hopefully, when all those guys are ready to go, we'll see maybe a little bit more on the offensive side of the game.
Can we just side note? Can we just discuss how brilliant that Mudryk deal looks in payment wise, and why we're still like active in this transfer market, and why an Enzo Fernandez bid deal can still happen in this transfer window or after this transfer window? It's like it's an 8.5-year contract, which is that's the longest contract I've ever seen from a Premier League footballer. But that payment structure, I know we're going to pay them a lump sum, like first of all, but that is spread across like 7 million or something every year across that contract. I mean, that is and plus, if he bangs out in 4 years and wants to move on, we just get a healthy profit on him.
Right.
Anyway, it's
It's what people don't understand about paying a release clause and actually paying a transfer fee, right? They're not the same. They don't affect your books the same way. It affects the FFP in a different way.
Yeah.
So Mudryk. That's why Mudryk could get done and Enzo can't. I don't think Enzo will get done in January. I think Caicedo's coming after the 18th.
I think Enzo, they're going to try and strike a deal for him for the summer. But they're going to try and negotiate after the transfer window. That's what.
Which means no Rice.
Yeah.
No, it's funny those links have gone down, isn't it?
No, except for Matt Law. He always puts them in there.
Matt Law, yeah.
No, I think you're right, Jared. Like the thing is, you got to look at the type of deal. Like so, Shakhtar were saying we want 100 mil for the player, but we don't want 100 mil at once. So they were like, listen, we could amortize that over 7 and 8 year contract, which is ideally what we'd like to do. Benfica are saying we want 120 million release clause up front, which we're just not going to do. We can fill too many positions. The reason we can buy other players is we can do the same thing with Mudryk. We can pay a lot of money, but break it out over 8 years.
Yeah.
Right. And you can go get Caicedo, who I think is fantastic. He definitely dominated our midfield in the last game. We played against him. and you go get a right back, and then you're good to go for the rest of the season. You've got plus, the injured players are not done for the season; they're going to come back. So you have rotation at your fullback. Like I said, you start Ben Chilwell and Reece James, and when we get up at 60 minutes, you take them off the field and put Cucurella and whoever you bring in at right back. You only play them 60 minutes a game. Once you get up, you get them off the field because there's no reason to have them on there.
Well, Jared, we're 3 to 5 weeks away from having James, Fofana, Chilwell, and Conte all back. 3 to 5 weeks. Conte probably on the fifth, more of the 5-6 week side, but the rest of those guys in the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's a lot of enforcements for Champions League.
Sterling's back by the Dortmund game as well. Even if we buy Caicedo, it's not going to be 70 million up front. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be staggered over. It's going to be payment staggered over. So the FFP is not. Everyone's worried about FFP. It's like you need to. That's why everyone was going, "Why pay 100 million for Madrid? Pay 20 million more for Enzo Fernandez." You don't understand how these deals work, do you? We haven't.
Yeah, that's not how that works. That's not how that worked, right? It's the same with Caicedo. The reason we could get Brighton to say 75 million for Caicedo is because Brighton will take 75 million over 4 or 5 years. It's not. Plus, they don't want 75 million tomorrow. They want.
Yeah. Plus, guys, we haven't even fully paid for Lukaku yet.
Yeah.
We haven't paid.
Oh well, we paid for Lukaku. We paid.
But financially, I mean, like we haven't.
No, financially,
97.5 million. We still got more payments on him to make. So it's like,
right.
It's just, but I thought this game was, it was needed. The Vialli thing at the atmosphere was actually calm enough because they did the Vialli thing at the start of the game, which was good. Tempered everything down. Mudryk came on at half time, and again, and then obviously we score in the second half. It was all good. So I'm glad that it wasn't going to like a really bad atmosphere. I will say this: I was weirded out by the Koulibaly substitute when Hull went off. I didn't understand that at all. Really, I would have put Cucurella on. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know he's not going to.
Is he hurt? Is he carrying something?
But it was just a weird one. That was what I was going. Okay, I don't understand that substitution.
Were they doing it because of the? Was they doing it because of the height that Palace brought on? They brought on
right. Yeah.
And Edward Edison or whatever his name, Edward.
But we'd already bought. Did we bring Aspie on before that or after that? Because then you would
at the same time, I think.
Right, so I would have gone because then you can put Chalobah, play it back free, and put Chalobah in there for the height as well. And it was like,
I think, maybe he was anticipating like more set pieces in the last few minutes of the game with like corners or things like that. Where
crosses.
I'm not really going to focus on that one because we won. It didn't cost us in the end. So it didn't cost us. So it was like it was good. But Badiashile, I've got to say, he was my man of the match. Badiashile today, he was superb. Yeah. Funny that sticking a left-footed player in the left-centered side of centre back.
I know, right. It makes, how much. And then you put him next to an absolute king like Thiago Silva, and it's like Thiago's probably like, man, here we go. I got a dog next to me. I can just sort of like, I can kind of just show him where to go. Yeah, no, he was fantastic. I gave my man of the match to Gallagher because I thought he did a lot of at least for most of the game, did a lot of the facilitating, and he was driving and working so hard. But you could coin flip it for either one of them. Badiashile was absolutely incredible today. He was so calm on the ball, passing brilliant, aerial duels. He's so big. He's 21 years old. I think he already had 100 caps for Monaco at 21. Really, really impressive. I thought he was fantastic today, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was good. Of course, Badiashile was good. Silva's always good. Kepa, he had some two nice, very, very nice saves.
Yeah.
So I guess whatever he took before the other game, he didn't take before this one because he didn't look like the same person.
No.
Is somebody in a stop and rob?
That was me. That was my doorbell. Sorry. Someone's going to get that. Sorry.
You need to go get that?
No. Someone's going to get that. So it's all right.
Oh, okay. Why did Mount stay on for so long? Because who else are you going to bring on? We don't have anybody. They're all injured.
I thought, can I be cheeky? I thought Graham Potter forgot he was on the pitch.
So did I, but
yeah, that's it. He was like, "Oh shit, yeah, Mount's still there." I forgot.
I do think we need to play with a striker, though.
Arsenal
I
scored
just like
1-0. 1-0 to Arsenal.
Arsenal scored.
Ooh, will this be offside? Go on,
I would like to see us play with a striker, and if that means that you drop Mount and Havertz plays behind Aubameyang or Fofana or whoever, eventually it'll be in Cuckoo next season. But like,
sorry, you can't see this Arsenal goal. I don't know what Lloris has done. I just don't know what he's done. I didn't take deflection. I'm not too sure, but oh my god,
is he offsides or no?
Hang on. They took a slight deflection, I think, but still beat it. It wasn't even going into the goal, and it bounced off Lloris's gloves and in. Oh my god, Lloris, you are. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mount's statistics now. 55 touches, 80% pass rate, 2 key passes, 1 accurate cross. Yeah, not. It's an average game.
I'll be back. I'm just gonna collect something.
Sure. It's an average game, so I didn't do anything great, but he didn't do anything glaringly wrong. So that's that. I mean, we can put that to bed. I'm not gonna, like I said, this is not the game to jump on players' backs. It does look like Zakaria is going to be out for a month. That's not good, but if we do bring Caicedo in, that does offset that.
Yeah, that fixes a lot, right? I hadn't seen that yet, so that's good. At least you know.
Well, it came out of the press conference after the game.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be out a month, 4 weeks, I should say, because people were like, "Well, I thought he was going to be back in February." Yeah, but 4 weeks is a month. So he'll be back mid February. I don't know what else. I mean, do you want to get in? We can get into the what we're going to do for the rest of the transfer window. Of course, I think we're done with forward. We could bring in one more forward, either a Turam or a Maduki. Reason being is they want to clear out this summer. So you're going to see a lot of players go out because they haven't worked out, or they don't fit what Potter wants to do, or they're not happy here. Whatever the reason, you're going to see an awful lot of players go out this summer. So you have to bring an awful lot of players in.
Yeah.
To cover for that.
Well, I think if we bring in one or even 2 more players, 1 or 2 players have to go out now. I think we're at that number where someone comes in, someone's got to go out. We're at that like 21 number on the squad with the main squad.
But we'll know who Potter wants doesn't want, who he leaves out.
Right.
Everything like that. So.
Right. Yeah, no, I think definitely Caicedo, a guy like Caicedo, you want to look to try to do in this window. Maybe I read Nathan Gissing reported something during the game about how Maduki would prefer to stay at PSV for right now, unless he's told otherwise by the club. So it sounds like he's not going to push for any kind of move as far as that goes. So maybe there's a deal there for Thuram if you can get him at the right price for this window.
9 million, I read.
9 million.
I put it in the chat. I put it in the group chat. It was like 9 million apparently.
Yeah. So maybe that deal is there to be done, but yeah, probably you get 2 more things done by the end of this window, and maybe 1 guy goes out, maybe 2 guys go out in that same time frame.
Well, that. I mean, whatever it is, that needs to be completed because we do need the reinforcements. You're asking for the link. I'm gonna smack
in the
you
group
in the face.
Chat, man. I'll put it in. It's all right. I'll do it.
Will you put it in there? Thank you. I appreciate it. Smack him when he comes in. Link. I sent the link already. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't think we'll be playing Mountain Havertz. It's coming your way. It's already in the group chat. Just scroll up. Come on, man.
All right, Khalita, I've got it. It's all right. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think Havertz are going to be here next year, so you can't play Mountain Havertz together if one of them's not playing for Chelsea. Ideally, neither one of them should be playing for Chelsea next year. So neither here nor there. Oh. There it is. What's going on, man?
Oh, shout out to Josh. Me and him are basically in love with Bad Benny, Benoit Badiashile. What's good? Homie is a good player, man. He's a good player. And by the way, I'm late because I was literally on the stream that I fucking own. So stop giving me shit, Jared. God damn it.
Hey, if I didn't give you shit, you wouldn't know that I like you. So
yeah.
You know.
Oh man, poor Andrew. God damn, tough day. Tough day for Andrew.
Why is it a tough day?
Because you have a vendetta, not an agenda. Because an agenda is a to-do list. You have a vendetta against Kai Havertz.
Do you know what? Do you know what you exhibited in the group chat? You exhibited what Mason Mount fans do when he does something right. You done that for Kai Havertz in the group
Yeah, but
chat.
I don't actually love Kai Havertz.
I know.
I am doing this because you are so hell-bent on hating him.
Jester, have I said anything bad? Have I since I've been have I been negative? All I said is that we should have scored more, right?
That's it's because you can't be.
I don't do. I choose. Listen, I don't want to be. I just want. You know what?
I know.
Good for Kai Havertz, right? He did miss a couple, which he should have buried as well. He should have had a hat trick today.
I agree.
Now do this for. I'm only asking for 5 games. People would ask for 10. Do it 5 games in a row. That's all I ask for. It's a small minimum, and then work your way up. Prove yourself that you should be in this team next season. Because Nkuku's coming, Mudryk is here, Sterling will be here, and probably add another one as well.
I think Felix is going to be here too.
Felix, sorry, I even forgot. Sorry, I forgot about Felix and another one. So you might have 3 other people coming in that are going to be in your area of where you play. So just prove it. That's all. I don't care what if he does it. I'm winning. Because he's doing it for my team.
No, I know you're hedging your bet, but at the same time, you are very critical of this player.
I'm only critical because of he is still allowed to, and not by you. So this isn't, but he's still allowed to live off that Champions League goal. That's what it is. And you know what I'm living with? That he had the goal this season when he scored against West Ham to shush us, and
he shushed. He shushed for sure.
Not do anything for the next 8 or 9 games. You know what I mean? It's like, if you shush us, that's fine. Then do it for 8 or 9 games. I will take the shushing all day.
I think Jared, I think he took the shush serious personally.
I think I think everyone should have. I think everyone should have because he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything for the following games, which is, you know what? If you're going to say you're going to do something, then do it. Do you know what I mean?
Andrew, I love it. I think it's hilarious.
To be childish, if he was shushing you, all you had to say was,
"Oh, Jared, ooh," and this is, I got another one for Andrew. Oh, do I have another one for Andrew? Here it is.
What?
A center back playing right back. What's good, Andrew? We
had 2 center backs playing right.
A center back playing right back. By the way, he shut Zaha the fuck down. He was good. Chamba was good today.
I couldn't believe they didn't stick him on all the time on there and just see what happens throughout the game. They kept switching Zaha in the middle as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, apart from like the last 3 minutes, I don't think Palace really did much, man.
Oh, they were shocking. Today.
Yeah.
This is a side that lost 4-0 to Spurs, who aren't in good form.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're going to get absolutely rinsed on Wednesday against Man United. They're going to get destroyed by Man United.
Andrew, I'll tell you what they were trying to do is trying to find some room for Zaha to breathe because he wasn't finding. There was no room on that left wing to breathe. Salah was in his ass all game. So
I said it earlier.
All up in that butt.
I said it earlier. You know, I mean, he's just got out of Reece James's pockets.
He went right back into Chalmers. Hey, Josh, I had to ask you, bro. Bad Benny. What a good player, huh? Scouting department.
Yeah, he was fantastic today. He showed a lot of composure. I mean, this guy we talked before you got on, 100 caps for Monaco already at the age of 21. That's very impressive. I think people really realize this. This kid is 21 years old. This is not a veteran from from League One. He's not from some other this is a 21-year-old. I think what you're looking at in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see when Badiashile and Fofana You're looking at the future of French football as far as defensive players go, and you're looking at the future of Chelsea football for probably the next 10 years.
Arsenal just hit the post. Arsenal are ripping Spurs to
They are fucking them up. I'm watching it too.
Yeah,
Josh, I brought that up. I brought your point up on Worldwide Chelsea about 10 minutes ago. Same thing, dude. And I'm with you. I think that the center back pairing is going to be Wes and Badiashile. Absolutely. For a while. Because, Fofana, objectively, a very good player. And, dude, Badiashile, we just need to see him play. We need to see him play against a team that's very fast and can score at any moment because they're so assertive at times. Even though they're not a very good team, like their defense sucks, but they can score a goal or two. And so I needed to see him play. And he didn't even bat an eye. He was so composed. It was nice to see.
Yeah. Did you see Todd Bowley was on somebody's group chat or
he
whatever
was
they call
on
those?
Connor's space. His name is Connor. I know this person.
CFC Con?
His name, Connor. Yep.
He was on the space.
Oh, that's funny. I loved it in the booth today. You had Mudryk, Felix, Colwell. It's like, goddamn, how much talent can you fit in one booth? Like, my lord.
Did you see Jody Morris was there too?
Yeah, Jody was there. John Terry was there. The whole gang was there. No, I think it's you're looking at a special future, obviously. I can't. What we say? Modric probably he gets a whole week to train with the team before we play Liverpool. So that'll be gives him a full week to try to bed in and get a little bit of more familiarity with the surroundings. But it's hopefully going to be special. The future looks like it could be really bright from a player standpoint.
Josh, I was going to say this because you had like Liam Toomey and Nazar Kinsella during the game being like, I can't believe Chelsea is introducing Mudryk at halftime, as if like they're surprised that an American ownership company is breaking British conventions. Yeah, guess what? To the journalists, to the fans, we're gonna do some American shit, and we don't care if you like it. Get over it, dude.
Let me just say something.
Okay.
Chelsea have done that regularly in the past before, so I don't know what the complaining is about. We've done it before.
There you go. There's another thing. But why are they saying we've never seen this before? It's like, what are you talking about?
Utter crap. Yeah. We've done it regularly before games and during halftime.
Yeah, Andrew, you're gonna have to explain to me why they were making such a big deal about it. The other thing is this, dude. That is them trolling Arsenal. Like, can you guys not did these guys not see the comedy in that? They're fucking with Arsenal. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Kevin won man of the match.
Yeah, he was good, man.
So I can't complain. He looked a lot better than he did last match. I'll tell you that, right?
Yeah. So he needed to make up for the last match. So.
I thought he couldn't stop long shots. That was what I heard.
Well, I'm just glad he did.
Yeah,
I'm just glad. That's why I was like, oh shit! When that shot went in, I thought, oh no. I thought that was it, And then he got up there this time. So credit to him. So
Andrew, I got to ask you about Mason Mount.
Oh no, we were having such a nice stream.
You got to ruin the conversation.
I got to ask it because again, this guy gets. I think he got 90 minutes.
Yes,
Andrew, I watched the game. I didn't see him.
I joked, Carlito. I said I thought Potter forgot he was on there when he made the subs.
He might have. He might have. If you've ever played and you're in a game and you're having a bad game, you always try to hide behind the defender when the ref says that your coach is going to make some subs. You kind of just hide behind the defender. I feel like Mason Mount was just hiding behind one of the center backs just to make sure the Potter couldn't see him. Oh my God! I don't know if anyone
noticed this. He also, part of the game, was grabbing his knee as well. Ooh. So I don't know.
Well, he did get that tackle against him.
I don't know if that's legit or it's like, oh no, I've got to make sure I'm struggling.
A built-in excuse? You talking about a built-in excuse?
But if you notice though, if you notice, he's doing a lot less pressing this season. If you notice, up there, which is what the foundations of whether you rate him or not is built on. Like parts of that is off the ball work, his pressing and everything like that. Listen, again, the same thing, not looking up when he's passing. There was a cross in the first half, which was, I don't know what he was. I have no idea who you thought was there. But again,
nobody.
No one was there. It was literally a long pass it was a pass back. So,
well, he was going down the right, I think it was the right-hand side on the baseline, and he could have cut it back to Chukwuemeka, who was wide open. Instead, he placed it across the face of the goal where there was nobody making the run. This guy has the vision of a blind man.
Yeah.
I didn't know Carlito was that big of a Mount fan. He had to bounce on us, but
It's got to go back, apparently. Yeah. Oh,
well. He had to go back to Worldwide Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Andrew, I don't know much longer you want to go. I don't know what else needs to be said about this match.
Listen, we'll go as long as you want, but there's really not. Unlike our previous streams, where there is a lot to complain about. I just find myself pleasantly going 1-0, 3 points, job done. Move on to Liverpool now. Possibly maybe sign a midfielder during the week that can play there. Maybe Caicedo gets done this week or something like that, or
3 days.
3 days, something like that, maybe, and register him in time to play the Ninth Place derby on the Saturday lunchtime in the UK. So about 6 a.m. where you are. So it's all good. And frankly, I think it's what's needed. Nearly a week in between games for the club. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know they've got tomorrow off as they play today. So
right.
You're going to get the Mudryk interview probably released sometime tonight or probably tomorrow, or like the pictures of him I know they've done pictures at Stamford Bridge, but him kicking the ball or whatever, stuff like that. The number will be announced where he is, his first day 15. Of training, stuff like that.
He's going to wear 15.
Is he wearing 15? That's
yes.
quite a good number. Didier Drogba's first number. Florian Malouda had that number as well. So it's got a good history, that number, recently. So let's hope he does well. But, hopefully he makes his debut at Anfield, maybe sign a couple. I really want a right back, though.
It'll happen before the window closes.
I do hope so. That's why I'm not going in on like this transfer strategy. I want to wait till the end of the transfer window. Then I can really go, what you should have done or what you shouldn't have done, or hopefully just go, you did everything you could. So,
right. And I think that's we had to go out of order on that stuff. Because of who was available and we needed to get on them. Plus all the injuries up top. You had to change what you were going to do because we didn't have any wingers on the team.
Exactly. The 2 wingers
out. We're running out of players.
Everyone forgets Broja's out injured as well.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets that. Broja's out injured. I don't know if he rates Aubameyang or not, but I know he brought him on today. I would have bought.
He played well.
He played well. He had a couple of chances, or near half chances, shall we say? Mm-hmm. But you got. That's what it's like. What are we buying? Well, we got Zhao. Well, because we had Pulisic and Sterling injured. Why do you think we got? And then hopefully Thuram gets done, 9 million, something like that. And then we just see how the rest of the season ends, because literally it's European League, isn't it? Really.
Right, and like I said, I think we have a shot at winning the Champions League. As long as you're still in the tournament, you have a shot to win it.
The best team doesn't always win the Champions League.
We won it against Man City, and we were definitely not the best team.
Won it in 12. We were definitely not the best team in 12. So
you know it's just about if you're playing right, if you get your tactics right.
Yeah.
Things break your way. You could, if it's a one-off game, you can win.
Yeah.
You can win.
Remember, it's even less strategy, really, because there's no away goals anymore.
Right.
So it's less strategy now. So you can win 1-0 over the 2 legs and be fine. Do you know what I mean?
Correct.
It's all good. So I'd be very optimistic. I know we need to see more, though. That's what I mean. Like we can't just have this result and then be obliterated at Anfield, which I don't think we will. But do you know what I mean? We can't lose 2 or 3-0 up at Anfield and not play well, or not be in the game or something like that. That's what can't happen.
No, I agree.
So, but it's all good. Good end to the weekend.
Yeah, it's a good beginning of the week.
Yes.
If you want to look at it that way.
True.
Because we have to go a whole week before we play again, which is nice. Yeah. We can have a week to revel in it.
Yeah.
And
hopefully, and like I say, even tomorrow's streams, I don't know what anyone's really got to complain about. Little things here and there, but nothing overall really.
Some people will find things.
I know they will. Mudryk signings, discuss more, and then hopefully some, like you say, more signings, or at least the ones we want about a midfielder and a right back, and a Thuram maybe as well, and then that should be it really till the summer.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, but this one last question before we go.
Sure, mate.
If we do bring in, let's say Thuram, and Caicedo and a right back, along with João Felix and Mudryk, when have you ever seen a January window like that?
I can only compare it to, and you might not remember this, I can only compare it to something like a relegation side that bring in like 5 or 6 signings. Like I remember West Ham doing it once when they got like Alan Kirkshire was in chance. They got like a few things, but I've never seen like a Newcastle. Well, Newcastle did it last year, didn't they?
I don't know how many people they brought in.
I think they only bought 3 or 4.
But the quality of the players as well.
Yes, the quality as well. Oh, 2-0 Arsenal. But this is ridiculous, man. Spurs are so rubbish. But yeah, I've never seen that. The quality is the difference, though. You have to admit the quality is the difference. I mean, I've got to say, just Mudryk, I've got a question mark over. I haven't really seen much of him. And I don't think really Chelsea has. I think only Chelsea fans, only English fans knew about him because he was so linked to Arsenal.
Right.
So I've got to see him. João Felix looks good. Let's see what he can do. For me, it'll be the combination of the front three as well.
Yeah.
With an eye to how do I fit in Cuckoo in here, and can we get João Felix permanently? Do you know what I mean? But for this season,
go ahead.
But this season it's a combination, isn't it? It's like, and what formation? I'm glad he went to a back 4 again. I think he's more comfortable with a back 4 starting with himself. But yeah, we need that midfield because was there any update on Zacharias?
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Wow. And we haven't even got Kante back or anything like that. And we've got so
it's going to be Jorginho show.
Yeah, and I know it's unfortunate. For me, that's unfortunate because he's going to have to play. But like you said, we haven't got really league in Europe, so we've got no cup games in between midweek or. And I think the week after next week we've got the week off, because it's like FA Cup weekend or something like that. So we've even got more time. Yeah, so we've got
that would be great.
So that'd be great. So yeah, but should we play Badiashile more, please? That's what I want to see him start more games. Yeah. What would you think about this, Chester? I know he plays Lewis Hall at left wing back. Would you like to see him play him at right back, or Cucurella at right back instead of right back?
I've been calling for it.
That's what I'm saying. Until we get the right back in, or Reece James comes back, or something like that.
No, I've been calling for weeks because either one of our left backs is still a better option on the right hand side than our options right now on the right hand side. So I was saying when Chilwell's fit, either play him. I would almost play Chilwell on the right hand side because at least he's more of a scoring threat, so you can cut in with his left foot.
Yeah,
and I think that I would definitely do it. I don't care about the inverted wing back or the inverted fullback thing. He's still technically and has better technique and is more talented, and he has
got shot in him as well, like you said.
Pace. He's got pace.
Yeah, and he's got a shot on him as well, like you said.
Right.
He has got a shot. He hits it like a forward, that shot. So
yeah, I would love it, but we're not going to do it.
No, we're not going to do it. No, and it screams out that we should do it. Given I thought Chalobah had a good game today, but I don't want him there, like at right back all the time because he's not got the physical aspects of a right back, the reaction time or the agility of playing at right back.
Not at all.
The only one I've seen ever do that was Ivanovic, but he was just a freak. So you know what I mean. So that's all good.
Yeah, we're gonna get a midfielder. We're gonna get a right back.
Just calm down.
Calm. We gotta wait for Caicedo to change agents on the 18th. That's what we're waiting on for Caicedo. And
yes.
So that's why I said the 18th is because that's when he changes his agents, and then that's when they'll start negotiating a deal. And I think they probably already have it They know what
like
Brighton wants. Hopefully. They know what Brighton wants.
Yeah.
I think we'll get him for about 70.
Yeah.
If it's more, it's going to be less up front. So if you see the number go higher, it'll be less up front.
Yeah.
If it's a lower number, it's going to be more up front. That's probably how it's going to go. And so people don't lose their shit. If it's 80 million pounds, that means it's going to be less up front. If it's 65 or 70, you might see a little bit more up front, because that's how you can offset the transfer fee. The cost of transfer fee is more or less up front. You can negotiate those things because it's not always about the top dollar. It's about when that money comes in.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
and if they're going to be a big clear out in the summer, there's going to be money coming in for that as well. Sponsorship deals will be announced soon as well, probably over the summer even. Like the shirt sponsorship as well, Free's going. So that a new sponsorship, that'll be a big deal as well. So, don't fret, man. And also, can we get off this Bowley thing as well? He's not doing the transfers anymore, okay? He's just saying yes or no. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've never seen.
They still said about Bowley, even though the report said it was Egg Barley and that Christian guy who went over to do the Madrid deal, they were still going, Bowley, what are you doing? It's like, do you guys read? You don't read, do you? It's clearly said Egg Barley. It sounded like a military operation the way they said it. Like they went into Turkey, literally done a deal of scooped him up.
Read the hostage. He got the hostages back.
We got him.
We got him.
Yeah. But enjoy it, Chelsea fans, man. We've not had a win for a while. Well, I know we had Bournemouth, but we not had a win and then have a looking great weekend. Good signing, hopefully a good signing and a good victory. So,
I think it's the first fan base that has stand coaches and now owners. We have owner stands and coaches stand. It's like, come on, man, life is too short. Move the hell forward, not back.
Exactly. Just get over it, man.
I think we're going to leave it there. Andrew, I appreciate it always. You coming on and hanging when other people can't. But we move. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next weekend.
Subscribe,
ring the bell notification, and share and like. We'll see y'all next week.